today's question is, I love sugar and I crave it. How do I make myself stop? When your cortisol levels are high, your body is going to crave sugar simply because the adrenals pump cortisol. Cortisol is supposed to give your body a burst of energy to run from the saber-toothed tiger. And when you have that blood glucose in your system that isn't being used, then you're going to have sugar spikes. That means your glucose levels are going to go up, they're going to go down, you're going to have sugar crashes, and that will create the feeling of hunger and sugar cravings. What can you do about it? Let's say that you're at the point where you are just craving sugar. I'm going to give you a couple ways of framing this so that you have practical tips to move forward with. I'm not going to give you a ton of science. I want you to be able to implement this into your life right now. One of the things that you can do is you can start adding things which slow down the speed at which glucose travels through your veins. Protein is going to be excellent. Protein is digested very slowly, and it will slow down the rate at which your blood glucose levels rise and fall. So we're talking about stabilizing blood glucose levels. You're using good quality protein. That means you're using the best grade that you can. If you can go organic, go organic. There, I said it. If you can go organic, go organic. If not, get the best quality that you possibly can get. Now, if you did nothing more than increase the amount of protein on your plate, maybe you doubled it, because many of the clients that I speak with are not getting enough protein grams in. At least 30 grams of protein minimum per meal. Now, for many, that's a stretch. It sounds like a lot. But here's what you can do. You can start adding more protein when you do eat. A lot of my clients say they are having a salad at lunch. When I ask them what's in it, they say salad, lettuce, vegetables, maybe a sprinkling of this or that, cheese or what have you. What if you carried one of these with you? This is a can of salmon, wild caught salmon. It has 20 grams of protein in it. What if you carried this or left this at work in your desk and you opened it up on your salad, mixed it in with your vinaigrette or what have you, make it tasty, season, whatever you have to do. This has 20 grams of protein. You're going to feel the effects of that right around 3 p.m. when your sugar usually crashes and you're looking for something sweet. You're going to remember, ooh, I don't feel that urge to have anything because you stepped up your protein. That's something simple that you can do. If you're at home cooking and you're, serving yourself and you're not accustomed to having more protein, maybe you go for more carbs, then now you can start changing the ratio. You can start adding more protein. Typically, a good plate should have half of your non-starchy vegetables. So maybe your leafy green vegetables. And the other quadrants are protein and your carbohydrates, good quality carbohydrates, not simple sugars, because that is just going to spike your glucose even more. So maybe things like your sweet potatoes, your sweet yams, your brown rice, your wild rice with some beans on it, right? A can of beans packs a lot of protein in there. So that might be another consideration to add some beans. If you're at work and you've got the buffet and you've got a limited time for lunch, and so that's maybe why you're grabbing the salad, or maybe you think you're being good and that is going to facilitate weight loss. Here's what I'd like you to do instead. Have the rice, top it with some beans, have a double portion of protein and the dark green lettuce, not the white iceberg lettuce, but the darker greens. Now, let's go to tip number 2. Because going back to my question here, I love sugar and I crave it. So how do we calm the sugar cravings? Can we support your gut to start getting it healthy? Remember, we're adding protein. Now here's number 2, add fiber. Here's a real simple way of adding fiber. Wait until you see this. Flax seeds, organic flax seeds, pack 7 grams of fiber per serving. Now I think a serving here is 3 tablespoons. 7 grams of fiber. That's great. Because if you put this in a Ziploc bag and shower it over your lunch or your scoop of ice cream, right? It's nice and crunchy. And it also has in there 11 grams of fat. Now, in the old days, we were led to believe that fat is bad. This is not saturated fat or buttery fat. This is 11 grams of good fat that is going to increase your feelings of fullness, slow down the progress of blood glucose in your body, and it is going to prevent sugar spikes and sugar crashes. And that is how you can start gradually easing the desire and the craving for sugar out of your life. Remember, it's not going to happen overnight, but the more you can start to implement simple ways of phasing out or calming down your sugar cravings, the better influence it's going to have on how sugar is used in the body and also how much you lower your cortisol levels. For those of you who are new to the idea of cortisol, cortisol is your primary stress hormone. And when cortisol levels are elevated, then you are going to have more sugar cravings and more hunger. Knowing this can ease some of that guilt that you might be feeling, like, why can't I get it together with my sugar? Now you understand the biological reason, the physiology of it all. Now we have to work with the habits. And when we get locked into certain habits and we get that huge dopamine hit from having that sugar, the body starts to know where its reward is coming from and it seeks it out. Another thing that you can do is you can start pairing a favored practice, like maybe watching your favorite television show. Pair that with maybe getting on your stepper or your walker. You don't have one? You can get one, right? It doesn't have to be a huge treadmill, but you can get one of those walkers. And you can have that on while your show is going on. So you're getting in movement, which definitely helps to regulate your blood glucose levels. And at the same time, you're also boosting your body's natural serotonin production and endorphins. So your mood state has shifted without the use of sugar. So you're creating new neural pathways for your body to find ways of gaining pleasure, whereas before you would have just defaulted to having a cup of ice cream or whatever, right? That is literally how you can start changing the game and shifting your patterns, your habit patterns, and changing the way your cortisol is managed, working right where you are and giving you a fighting chance of being able to master it and to live a better quality life while you're at it. I'm Dr. Rosemarie, by the way. I'm a doctor of health psychology, and my specialty is cortisol. Stay tuned for more tips just like this. I'm going to be popping on, sharing tips like this for the everyday woman 40 to 60 who is looking for ways to manage cortisol and live a better lifestyle, to see changes internally in mood, in energy level, in metabolism, and externally in eliminating things like belly fat, feeling better in your body, period. Hopefully this has been helpful. Stay tuned, look out for the next tips. Go to my bio and download the free How to Calm Cortisol guide. It is going to help you tremendously to implement simple daily action steps into your life that are going to be impactful. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.